Alrighty guys, so welcome back to Queen City Gaming. Thank you for joining us today for Whatever Wednesdays. Today we're doing an unboxing of the Imperial Shoretroopers. Now guys, this kit has been out for a little bit. I have actually had a hard time finding this within my local area. I try and support my local stores to keep them open, keep the dice rolling, keep the game tables looking nice, and having a place to play and for me to meet my buddies. So I haven't really been in a huge rush. I already have 2 boxes of these. This is actually my 3rd. So I haven't been in a huge rush to, go online and buy immediately. But let's take a look at these guys, because these are actually a pretty awesome kit. And one of my more favorites that have come out because of some of the weapons involved. Now, obviously, this is one of the older kits from from Fantasy Flight. So we're still in the soft, kind of like resin plastic. Not really resin, but kind of soft plastic. We have your standard Star Wars Legion box with the 2 cardboard dividers in there, keeping things separate, with the models on one side, cards and tokens on the other. Now, guys, sometimes you will have this. Some of your tokens kind of get punched out. That's why they keep things in a bag. But we will... Oh, can we go back in? Oh, yeah, there we go. It went back in. All right, guys, so we're going to come back to our cards and our tokens. Now, from the start, we have our instructions. Things are kind of easy to build. The only thing out of this kit that's kind of tricky is the mortar itself and placement on the base. Remember, if your mortar is warped, or if these legs need to be bent a little, or if these little legs here, sometimes they need to get moved, you can use warm water and it kind of softens the model up for a little bit, and then you can kind of move them to where you need to. Fantasy Flight actually has a really good guide for working with this plastic on the Fantasy Flight website. You just go to products, Star Wars Legion, and down at the bottom in the resource section it has a guide, and it also has a guide for like the B1 battle droids and hard plastics, and it's fantastic for newer models out there. We have our standard gray bases that come with the Imperials, as well as the small notch base for the mortar itself, because you do need those fire arc lines. Now guys, these models are kind of your standard plastic. Now they do look really good, especially ones like this. This is your specialist weapon with kind of like a little cape piece, which I really like. And then let's pull him out. Your mortar model himself. This is actually an interesting gun. It's also found on the AT-RT, but that's a vehicle mount. This is just your kind of standard Shoretrooper mount on the ground. Obviously, we'll talk about him later, because he's kind of unique. And then you get a couple other normies, nothing too crazy. But overall, guys, they're fantastic models, awesome to paint, and they let you do a lot of freehand and a lot of kind of extras onto the models themselves. If you look in the movies, all of them kind of had individual markings, which is really cool to see, and let you have a little bit of fun within this unit to kind of customize your guys and let them look how you want to. If your guy wants a blue stripe there, then give him a blue stripe. If he wants a red shoulder pad, then give him a red shoulder pad. Pretty nice, and it's a nice change over your standard white Stormtrooper. So let's look at the units themselves. So we have Shoretroopers. They have 1 health, 1 courage, red defense dice. They are speed 2. They are 52 points for 4 models, and they are black armed, range 1 to 3 with their E22 blasters with black dice. They have a heavy additional trooper, training gear, and grenade slot. They have a rule called Coordinate Emplacement Trooper. After you are issued an order, you may issue an order to a friendly emplacement trooper at range 1, which is pretty nice, especially if you have HQ uplink on something. And then target 1. After you are issued an order, gain 1 aim token. Now, I see these units a lot with the comms officer from the Imperial kind of generic officer bundle that came out. That way you can use your HQ uplink, give them a command token, even if your command card doesn't let you, and then give it to the emplacement trooper, which is actually very, very important because of coordinate fire, or fire support. That's the rule. I'm going crazy. So guys, moving on to the mortar, they have The mortar itself has 3 wounds and 2 courage with a red defense dice, and they're emplacement troopers. So they're different than the regular shore troopers who are just troopers. They have a speed of 1, and the only thing upgrade they have are comms upgrades. Let's see. We don't have an HQ uplink in the box itself, but oh, I know, spoiler alert. It's okay. But guys, this unit has fire support. When another friendly unit performs a ranged attack, if you have a face-up order token, each mini in your unit may add an eligible weapon to the attack pool. If you do, flip your order token face down. Limit 1 fire support per attack pool. So you give this guy the HQ uplink because he does have the comms upgrade. You can kind of flip it, and it gives him a face-up order token. From there, guys, he can add his dice into the pool with the special rules and everything. And there are some kind of limitations with fire support. Check that out in the main rulebook if you're curious about that. We have a full pivot, so he can kind of turn before he fires. Reposition. Sentinel. Your standby range is 1 to 3, which is really nice. Unarmed, he is black. He does have an E22 blaster and it is range 1 to 3 with 1 black dice. But this is a big reason why you're going to take him is the DF90 Mortar. He has a range of 3 to 4. Now you do have to be back a little bit to use it. He has 3 white dice, critical 1, cumbersome, suppressive, and fixed front. I see these guys a lot in Imperial lists, especially with Palpatine. They just shred units with the suppressive. So you're just taking multiple suppression tokens from just 1 attack with this, which is excellent. You get a couple of these together and they gang up on a unit that you can't really hurt because their saves are too high. You know, you're only throwing 3 white dice plus whatever else the other unit is throwing. But it really ranks up that, or it really adds up that suppression, so then that unit gets less actions, which is actually really important for Tauntauns and like Death Troopers and things like that. But overall, fantastic unit. Love it. All right, so let's go on to our let's go tokens. So guys, now since each one of those are separate kind of units, you get 2 core cards. Your 2 suppression, your broken, dodge aim, Overwatch, 2 single wound tokens, and then, you know, the most important thing in the box, the proof of purchase. All right, so those are our tokens there. As far as cards go, guys, our first card we have is Environmental Gear. So you gain Unhindered. You ignore the effects of difficult terrain, which it's okay. It's kind of table dependent, and I don't really see it being very useful right now. Who knows how this will change in the future, though, with some of the changes we're having to tables, especially at some of the higher tournaments. Up next is Overwatch. You gain Sentinel. Your standby range is 1 to 3. This helps a lot with your standby actions, and you can actually trigger Overwatch from standby. So, or not Overwatch, fire support from a standby with your mortar. So, really cool card to have. All right. Obviously, we have the extra Shoretrooper for 13 points. You get 1 extra Shoretrooper. And finally, guys, the T21 Be Trooper. This is your specialized weapon, range 1 to 4, 2 black dice, 2 white dice. It has critical 1, which I like so much better than impact, to be honest with you. It's a fantastic kind of bonus into this gun to where you hit that surge and it changes it to a crit, which is great against Tauntauns because then they don't get cover saves. So overall, a really good mini, and you're probably going to see it in a lot of Shoretrooper units. And finally, guys, one last upgrade card, which is going to be Endurance. At the end of the activation phase, you may remove 1 suppression token. Not bad. It's only 6 points. It's only 6 points too, so it kind of helps you with that suppression you can be piling up. So, guys, this is our Shoretrooper unit overall. This is a fantastic addition to any Imperial army, and you're going to see these a lot. They're really great models. They're great units on the table, and they're different than your standard Stormtroopers. So usually you may see like 2 units of the Shores, 2 Mortars, and then a unit of Stormtroopers to kind of round things out. But kind of do with it as you please. Like I said, this is my third box. I kind of wanted 3 just so it covers all of my core if I ever want to do a campaign between like Rebels with Pathfinder and Jin versus the Shore Troopers and Stormtroopers, and kind of do a little reenactment of Rogue One there towards the end. But guys, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for looking at everything. And thank you so much for being the awesome you that you are. Remember, guys, this is Queen City Gaming. My name's Jordan, and these are our Whatever Wednesday uploads. Please come back, guys, on Whatever Wednesdays to see more really cool Star Wars Legion stuff, especially with new products coming out. We're going to have plenty of unboxings, and I'm going to try and actually go back and unbox some of the older things so you see what they are and how cool they are, what cards they come with, and things like that. Remember, guys, Saturdays, Sigmar Saturdays, we usually do battle reports, Age of Sigmar, content and painting and things. And we're going to have some other stuff starting next year in January. But for right now, we're going to stick to Whatever Wednesdays and Sigmar Saturdays. But, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you've liked what you've seen here and you want to see some more, hit that subscribe button down there and give me the good old thumbs up down below. If you're looking for something fun to do, check out some of our awesome conversion videos. Recently, we posted one of converting a Mortar crawler into an actual firing catapult, which is great. I flung a dice 10 feet and hit my store manager with it. It was awesome because he supplied the dice and the rubber bands for me to do it with. Alrighty, guys. This is Queen City Gaming signing out. Have a fantastic evening, folks. Bye-bye.